McLean here, helping you to build and grow a thriving, successful group therapy practice. When we're thinking about building and growing a group practice, the number one thing that I think holds a lot of importance is having a vision. What is your vision for your group practice? For example, do you envision it being a place where there's teamwork between you as well as the fellow staff members? Is it a place where it has a good amount of work-life balance, or should I say provides the opportunity for staff members to have a good work-life balance? Is it a positive environment? Is it a place where people get positive feedback for the great work that they do? And even if something needs to be addressed, is it maybe sandwiched in a compliment sandwich, where there's some positive that's given? So envision in practice, what type of environment would you like to have? Another thing to think about when you're thinking about your vision for your practice is what size would you like it to be? Some group practices are smaller and it may be comprised of 2 to 3 clinicians besides yourself. Other group practices, such as myself, might be larger. For example, my practice has 22 clinicians, including fully licensed clinicians, associate clinicians, which are provisionally licensed, as well as some interns and practicum students. So in initially thinking about it, that's part of the vision, how large you would like for that practice to be. Another part of that vision is thinking about, would you like it to be online or more of a telehealth practice, group practice? Would you like it to be an in-person group practice? Or would you like a hybrid? And for example, with my group practice, right now it's more of a hybrid. It started off as purely brick and mortar. And for myself, I did do some telehealth. And then once the pandemic hit, I was able to switch everything over to telehealth at that time until we eventually opened back up for in-person. So now it's truly a hybrid practice. You may ask, why is it important for me to think about the vision for my practice? It's extremely important because when you have a vision, everything else that you do, all of the goals, all of the objectives that you set will be working towards your vision. Think of it as the vision being the overarching goal, okay? It's the overarching goal that you're really working towards. It's how you want your practice to be overall. And then everything that you do within that will be directed towards that vision. Meaning when decisions come up that you might have to make, you can fall back on, is this in line with my vision for the practice? For example, if an opportunity comes up that might require less of a work-life balance and requiring staff members maybe to have to work, more than having balance in their lives, then you may think, is this lining up with my vision? And if you have a vision of having work-life balance, then you may not want to take on that opportunity if it's going to disrupt the vision, overall vision for your practice. If you have a vision of having a larger practice, then you might have goals, hiring goals along the way of what you need to do to hire therapists, which is something I will talk about more specifically in later videos. So having a vision is extremely important. For myself, when I first started off as a solo therapist in my private practice, I had a vision of eventually having a group practice. At that time, I didn't really work towards those goals, but I knew I had a vision of it for it. So I started setting up my private practice structure in a way that would allow for it to have a smoother transition when that time came. And structure is something else that I will be talking about in a later video as well. Well, I really encourage you to start thinking about the vision that you have for your own group practice. Again, if you want to have a larger practice versus a smaller practice. How do you see the interactions with your staff members? Would you like to have an online practice, an in person practice, or a combination of the two, a hybrid practice? Do you see your practice being fully private pay, or do you see accepting insurances, or a combination of the two? This is a time to truly have fun because you don't have to commit to anything here. The only thing that I'm encouraging you to do is to just let your mind go free and to think about your vision. Think about your own personal mission and vision and goal for yourself of becoming a therapist and how much you would like for that to translate into your up and coming group practice. If you have any questions or would like to comment, feel free to drop your comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe so that you can be updated on new videos as they come out. Take care and keep on moving forward to having a successful therapy practice. Bye.